How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to recap my event for the Oklahoma kayak anglers on Foss Lake in Oklahoma. So again, guys, this was a super tough tournament. I think out of like 40 anglers, there was only 27 fish caught. It's a super tough day for everybody. Isn't a super high number lake. There's some pretty good fish caught out here generally, but not a lot of fish caught at all. So anyways, guys, we're going to walk you through the my mental thought process and struggles, and hopefully you guys can get something out of this. Again, not going to be a super exciting video. Spoiler alert, only caught one bass, but so we'll walk you guys through what we learned and our thought process. So come along. So I started off fishing. We launched, it was super early in the morning. I think it was a 5 a.m. start. We launched in this marina, and I started, since it was so dark at start time, I fished around these docks and in this marina. And since there was these lights, I thought maybe that there would be some fish feeding off bait fish from these lights. So I started doing that with no luck. So after I left the marina and the sun was coming up, I worked up into a neck and was fishing topwater. I was cranking. I was basically just throwing everything I could at them, fishing points, fishing offshore standing timber, and was just trying to develop a pattern, and just basically fishing around trying to locate some fish at this point. So I fished around for a couple hours and decided to work over toward this other boat ramp where I found some standing timber. I switched to a Texas rig Yamamoto stick bait, pitched it off into the standing timber over here, and was finally able to locate a sign of life. All right, y'all. Freaking caught a walleye or sawguy or something, I don't know. But I just switched to the Texas rig worm and finally got a bite. It's the first bite of the day, but wrong kind. All right, got him back in the water. Let's go catch a bass. All right, so that was the first bite of the day. Literally just switched to the Texas rig. So maybe if a walleye, I don't even know what kind of fish that was. I've never caught one of those. We don't have a lot of that kind of stuff in Oklahoma, but, or at least where I fish. It was literally the second flip with a Texas rig Cinco, and hopefully the bass are in there too. Yes. Saw a bunch of fish schooling there, pitched my worm over on them and caught one. Got the first fish of the day. So this next clip, I'm retying my Texas rig and put a new worm on, and I notice off to my right that there's a big fish sitting up really shallow that I can see. Oh man, that's a big fish. Big fish. I see a big fish up shallow. Oh man, come here, bud. Come here. Oh man, that fish was big. He's up here real shallow. What was he doing up here? Where did he go? So I fished around this area for a little bit longer and ended up not being able to catch that fish, obviously, and I ended up working on the lake. You can see that there's quite a bit of wind and ripple here, and it was really hard to work this timber from the outside in when the wind was blowing me into the timber. So I decided to work down this shoreline and try to locate some more fish. What I really should have done looking back is I should have stuck to this area, because this area ended up being the only area that I ever located any fish, and I did not fish it thoroughly at all. And that was a rookie mistake. I really should have realized that there were some fish here. There was no reason for me to leave it. And looking back, I wish I could go back and refish this area. So this was especially true because I think to get into the top 5, I would have needed one more fish of any size. I think one more fish that was 10 inches would have got me in the top 5 or 6. So not sticking it out and fishing that area and trying to get another bite was detrimental. Obviously, there was no way to know at the time that it was going to be that tough for everybody, and that I wasn't going to be able to find a bite anywhere else. But man, I fished hard today. I'm proud of that. I mean, I never gave up. Fished until the very last minute of the tournament. I threw every single lure I own, I think. I threw worms, creature baits, drop shots, Ned rigs, wacky rigs, crankbaits. I mean, I threw everything that I know to throw, and just was not getting any feedback. Those days are frustrating, but you know, it is what it is. I hooked the one fish that I got bit on, so that's a positive. Obviously, needed one more bite to finish well in the tournament, but ended up not being that bad. I ended up at 14th place with 14 inches. So obviously have higher expectations for myself, and I wish it was a little bit better. But it is what it is. We ended up with decent AOI points, and you know, we're going to go get them next time.